Oldie Log Sports Info here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified if this real because y'all know Oldie Log keeps it real. Yeah, you guys, let's get into this video. I'm not going to be on here, very long, but I just want to point out, further proof that, this whole side of the street thing that Earl Smith Jr. was saying, you know, and that the PBC don't fight, fighters that's on other platforms. It's all smoke and mirrors, man. Right? It really depends on the fighter. It actually depends on the fighter, right? Because I totally forgot about this. But let's look at this, right? And the reason that I'm doing this because I want to just point out, just the lies that just be told by the PBC. Right? The PBC, they love to tell lies and people love to eat it up. Right? So you guys see the title. Jaime Munguia offered Jermell Charlo fight for June or July. Yes, this article is old. It's an old article. Yes, it is. But I'm doing this for a reason, right? Because last time I checked, Jaime Munguia, he's not on the PBC, right? Last time I checked, Jaime Munguia is signed to Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, right? So if Jaime Munguia can get a Charlo fight with a PBC fighter, why couldn't Terrence Bud Crawford get one when he was signed to Top Rank? See, this just lets you know that Al Heyman and the PBC are, they willing to make, Hispanic versus black fights, right? They are willing to make those fights all day long. The PBC is willing to make Hispanic versus black fights all day long. And this proves it right here, right? Because I forgot about this article. But Jaime Munguia was offered the Jermall Charlo fight, right? And this is back in March. And Jaime Munguia is signed to Golden Boy Promotions. So I'm just pointing out, the hypocrisy, the smoke and mirrors of the PBC. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to be on here long, right? Because it don't take long, right, to catch these guys up. So Jaime Munguia, he gets offered a contract to fight Jermall Charlo. They agreed on terms. I want y'all to understand this. They agreed on the money. So obviously Jaime Munguia, he was getting paid a nice bag, right? Because they agreed on the money. But this is the reason why the fight, fell apart. It wasn't because of the boxers. No, it was because of the broadcasting rights. See, the fight fell apart because the PBC wanted all of the United States broadcasting rights. They didn't want to share the rights with DAZN and Golden Boy, right? Because Oscar De La Hoya has a deal with DAZN, and he wanted them to be involved in this whole situation, and the PBC didn't want them to be involved. That's why the fight fell apart with Jaime Munguia. But they agreed to the money. And I'm pretty sure that it was a nice sum of money. So I just want people just to know this. I'm not going to be on here long. I just want to, just point out the smoke and mirrors of the PBC. Terrence Bud Crawford, he had to leave Top Rank to get a fight, right? But Jaime Munguia, he can still be on Golden Boy, still be on DAZN, and still get offered a Jermall Charlo fight, right? And the only reason that the fight fell apart is because the PBC wanted to be greedy with the United States, broadcasting rights. That's the only reason that the fight fell apart. It didn't fall apart because of the money split. They both was happy with the money. And I'm pretty sure it was a nice sum of money, right? So I'm just pointing out the smoke and mirrors that it comes down to the fighter. It really comes down to the fighter if they think they fighter can beat that fighter or not, right? And it's obvious that the PBC, they think that Jamal Charlo can beat Jaime Munguia. That's why they willing to, to set up that fight and pay Jaime what he want, right? And pay Jamal what he want. They willing to set up that fight and do that. But when it comes down to a Crawford fight, they not willing to sit down and do that Crawford fight. First of all, Crawford's not Hispanic. First of all, he's not a Hispanic. He's far from a Hispanic, right? See, I'm just pointing out the smoke and mirrors, man, because we've been going through this for years. Oh, Crawford, he need to leave Top Rank. Crawford need to do this. Crawford need to do that. Crawford need to do this. He need to do that. He need to jump 100-foot building, do 1,000,000 backflips and land on his feet, right? Crawford need to do all these things. But when it came down to Jaime Munguia, who still signed with Golden Boy Promotions, who's still on DAZN, right? They offered him a Jamal Charlo fight. And they both was happy with the money. The only reason the fight fell apart was because the PBC didn't want to give up the United States broadcasting, right? They didn't want to share it. It fell apart. It is what it is. I'm just pointing out, the smoke and mirrors of the PBC. Let's put that article back up here, and we're going to end it off, like kind of on that note, right? We all know that Jaime Munguia is on Golden Boy Promotions. So all that cross the street, all that that Earl Spence Jr. was using, and, I'm not going to ESPN. I'm not doing this. Come on, bro. It was all smoke and mirrors, man. And it's all starting to come out, because everything in the dark eventually comes to the light. Everything in the dark eventually comes to the light, you guys. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and I'm going to leave it there, you guys. But subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Comment on the video. Share. Hit that noti bell so you can be notified when I drop this reel. This OD Log Sports info, and I'm gone.